let's talk about some Asian entertainment news. First, we'll start off with Enlistment. I didn't talk about this last week when I should have, so I'm talking about it now. Park Hyun-sik, who is in the boy group Zea, Z-E-A, I actually have no clue how to pronounce their name. I'm sorry. He was also in Strong Woman Do Bong Soon. He enlisted on the 9th. The actor Kim Soo-hyun, who you know from My Love from Another Star, his official discharge date is moved to the 1st of July. TL from Block B enlisted on the 10th. My Bias, Chan Sung from 2 p.m. enlisted on the 11th. And Jun K and Tech Nikyun were there, and it was super adorable. They had their cameras out and they just looked like proud parents at like their kids' school assembly. It was adorable. And last, Iwan-gun, who you may know from 12 Years Promised or Jugglers, he enlisted on the 12th. I also have some castings listed down. Some of these are not confirmed yet. Some of them might change. Woo Won and Kim Sol-gi are in talks for the drama People with Flaws. Chae Kang-hee, who you may know from Queen of Mysteries, she was cast in Miscasting. Kim Tae-woo, who was in Black and Romance in the Bonus Book and a bunch of other things, and Jung Joon-ho from Sky Castle and Iris have been confirmed, I think, for the drama The Joseon romantic comedy tale of Nakdu. There's a new coming-of-age romantic comedy starting production soon, and they've been rolling out a bunch of casting news. And I have some here. Kim Hae-yoon, who is in Sky Castle. Ro-woon, who you may know from Where Stars Land. He was the second male lead, the best friend. He's also most known as one of the members of the boy group SF9. E.J. Wook, which if you've seen Memories of the Alhambra, it was actually his first role. He was the best friend in there. They have all been confirmed in this coming-of-age drama called A Day Found by Chance. If you're like me, you like variety shows, and I was interested to hear that Song Jae-rim, who was just inkling with A Passion for Now, and Kim Sol-gi, she's been in a bunch of different stuff. She was in Almost Ghostess. She was the ghost. Have been confirmed for a JTBC surfing reality show. There's no news on like the name of it, but I'll probably be watching it. Lee Min-ki, who is just in the Beauty Inside TV show, and Lee Yoo-young, who is just in My Fellow Citizens, have been confirmed for the OCN drama Everyone Lies. I'm a fan of OCN dramas. I'm also a fan of Lee Min-ki, so I'm probably going to be watching that show. It sounds really good, and I'm really happy with the cast so far. Also, really interestingly, Jisoo from Blackpink and Nikyun, who's from 2 p.m., have been confirmed for unidentified roles in the drama series Art Doll Chronicles. I wonder if they're doing the same thing that Game of Thrones did, where they kind of had these like Easter egg parts where really famous people were in on the show and you never knew they were there. But right now we don't know who they're gonna be or what episode they're gonna show up at. I've actually got a lot more links this week as opposed to videos, so I'll try to go through them pretty fast and kind of just like touch on some main points that I wanted to discuss with them. The first being Sully from the group FX, well, former member of the group FX, released that she will be doing a comeback with a solo. Yoo Jae-suk has been announced to be in another variety show. Surprise, surprise, the nation's MC is in another variety show. But it sounds really interesting, especially to me, since I have been watching and consuming stuff on YouTube since basically the beginning of YouTube. I find news about YouTube things interesting, and this variety show is actually going to be produced and on a YouTube channel. There's been kind of this uptake of Korean celebrities and idols who have gotten really interested in YouTube and have opened up like YouTube channels. Like you'll see a bunch of different people have YouTube channels now. But this variety show is called Relay Camera. I don't know when it's supposed to air. We talked about Kim Go-eun last week because she was just cast in that drama with Lee Min-ho. She was just cast in a film musical based on the play Hero. If it's subbed, I'll watch it. Also in theater news, they released the posters for the play Misery, which if you haven't seen or heard of Misery or read the book, it's a Stephen King thriller. It's really, really good. And these posters look amazing. The second season of Agretsuko just came out like literally I think yesterday, and if you haven't seen it, you should. It's on Netflix. It's this super cute anime based on the Sanrio character, a mid-20s girl who has an office job just trying to live her life, and, you know, deal with the consequences of like misogynistic boss and like love life and just being single, and then also wanting to do what you want and love. And she takes all of her frustrations and energy out by going to the karaoke and singing death metal songs. It's super adorable. I haven't been able to sit down and watch the season 2 yet, but I'm going to, because I absolutely loved the first season, and I really think you should all see it. It's on Netflix, so it's super easy to find too. I guess we're just gonna talk about Netflix for a couple of minutes. Season 2 of My First Love has been officially announced by Netflix. It's coming out on July 26th, which I'm excited about. I really enjoyed the first season. However, I'm not excited that they've waited this amount of time to release this news. The way that they broke it up was not clear. It was not clear that it was a second season thing. It seemed like it could potentially be a really poorly written end to a series, especially because they never announced that they were gonna do a second season. They just kind of put it off. So I fear that really affected who's gonna come back for the second season, especially because this show was like completely produced by Netflix, and they have filmed all of the episodes. They would never know to expect a second season or expect a continuation of this series, and then if they don't see it, if they don't like get it recommended, they'll never see the second season. I think that's just like a poor model to like force your viewership to go down in the second season, especially when you think just in terms of someone could have sat and watched the entire thing and had more retention than having to wait, what, like 3 months, 4 months to even be told that there was going to be a second season. It just seems really weird, and I don't know what Netflix is doing. Found a link on Forbes.com that talks about some of the Asian content that Netflix is trying to be producing and trying to get out into the world, and it's a really interesting article because it does talk about things like Aid, which Netflix just picked up, which again, you only knew Aid was coming like the day of. They never told anybody, like warned people, be like, hey, if you want to watch Aid, we know that you're super excited about it, check back at Netflix. It's hard because I think it's really valuable that Netflix is providing all this Asian content. They're obviously like trying to do something. They've set up like an actual division in Korea, like specifically so that they can like market all this Asian entertainment. But it's just, they're doing it in such a weird way that I don't know what they're thinking. It feels like they're trying to do it in a Western context, like, you know, multiple seasons is a thing here. But Netflix inherently is not on that model. Their service is for bingers. If you have a show that you could just like release the entire show and then let people watch it, it seems like it should be fine, especially with these shows where like My First Love was produced by Netflix, so they should have done better in their writing to make it an obvious like jump. That should have been something that they did. It's kind of akin to writer or editors here who edit for commercial breaks. It's just something you have to do. If there's going to be a break, you have to edit it in the correct way. But some of these shows that Netflix are getting, they're not at all produced or even like given some money from Netflix until they're completely done. They're made and built for a Korean broadcasting station. So when they get the show, they then try to chop it in this weird way, and it doesn't work. Chopping it in a weird way just doesn't like send to the general populace that, oh, this is just like Netflix doing it. It looks like this is just a poorly edited thing. It's just really hard because Netflix is doing a lot of really great stuff. Like they are, you know, coming out with more ways to access anime and even J-dramas. They're doing almost better than Viki, who is a Japanese company who can't get J-dramas. They've gotten a lot more Thai in the last couple of months. So like in that respect, it's really great. It's just, can you not with the weird breaks? That would be really, really great. And the last in news, I'm just gonna briefly touch on this because it's loaded and I don't have the energy to discuss it like as much as I probably should. So let's talk about BI of Icon being forced to leave. If it is illegal to take drugs, you need to face the consequences because you knew that that was a thing. However, if it's just a thought, there is no room in my head to be okay with completely like ruining his career, hurting everyone around him just because of this thought. It's just a murky situation, and now YG and his brother have both stepped down. I don't know what's gonna happen with YG. I feel for all the artists who are gonna be affected by this. I mean, they're there because they have, you know, contracts with the company and they can't break them legally. There are also people there who, you know, are the lesser known people, or like the people you don't even think about, who depend on that check as a means to providing for their family. And I think it's really sad that all of this is happening and could potentially affect their lives that way when it was their boss who was and not them. It's just a messy situation, and it's gonna keep on unfolding. Now into something a little bit more exciting, videos. Lauren from the group CLC, I talked about them last week because they just released their newest music video, Me, which you haven't seen, go see. They're really, really great. She has a YouTube channel, and of course I watch it because I like YouTube channels. She did a video where she reacts to the Me video. She's just really super cute, and I think you should go watch it. Kenka Makita, who is a Japanese musician, just released his tracklist teaser for his album Arache. The album is dropping on the 26th, but the teaser seems really great, and I wanted to share that because this might be something that you're into and might be some music that you might want to be checking out. You know, Yunho from TVXQ just came out with a solo follow. It's really great, and it's basically what you expect if you like TVXQ, especially some of their older stuff. I think you're really gonna like this song. ATEEZ came out with some new stuff this week. I personally really digging Wave. So I just learned about this group. They're called the Winking Owl. It's a Japanese rock group. They've been out for a while, but I just found some of their stuff. YouTube suggested a video from them, and then Spotify put it on one of like the From the Radar or whatever playlists that, you know, they kind of curate on their own. They have a music video out. I don't know what it's actually called in English. I think it's Stay With You, but I'll have it linked. It's really good if you want to check out some new J-rock. And finally, last in music and video, there is a Taiwanese singer. His name is Nine Chen. He just came out with a bunch of new stuff, and one of his songs features one of my all-time favorite like musicians, like female artist. She's great. Her name is Shishi. She's also a Taiwanese singer. If you have watched the Taiwanese drama Behind Your Smile, she's the one who does the opening for that. She's incredible, and I love everything that she ever does, so I think you should watch this music video. So that's it for all the Asian entertainment news that I thought was worthy of talking about this week. I will see you next week with more.